Willkommen, bienvenue, welcome one and all to another live stream. As no doubt the keener-eyed amongst you will notice, I am joined by the incandescent Stephanie Mitchell Hughes in our ongoing series Resilience 2.0, which in short form has described in part her own journey from through what she refers to as hard places out the other side to a point of understanding of why she got there and how she can use that knowledge to benefit others. We have an ongoing show together, which we call Resilience 2.0 for lack of a better term. But we aren't just focusing on the past. We're also focusing on the present. And Stephanie went to visit something today, or was it yesterday?
No, today.
It was today that has considerably moved her, even more so now that she found that the propagator of these poems and songs actually has the same birthday as her, which I find rather charming. So tell us more, and then I will bring up on the screen one of the poems to which you refer.
Okay, so thanks, Gareth. So today I went to a meeting of a commission that I have served on for a while now, and it is about Black girls. And I am at my core will always be a Black girl. Yes, I know I am a woman growing older every day, but I at my core am a Black girl. And as someone who has gone to Spelman College, I'm always just filled to the brim when I have opportunities to listen to other women, learn more about what other women are doing to elevate, pour into, build the lives of Black girls. And the whole thing, whenever I have an opportunity to sit with people who are doing this really important work, I call it singing a Black girl song. So for those of you, and Gareth is going to pull the poem up, for those of you who have never heard of her, and I, of course, as an English major at Spelman, have known about Ntozake Shange for many, many years. She also came to Spelman once to speak, and I had a chance to meet her and what have you. But Ntozake Shange was a poetess. She also was a playwright, and she wrote this legendary seminal work called For Colored Girls Who Have Considered Suicide When the Rainbow Is Enough or Was Enough. And so in the book, in the book and in the poem and the subsequent play, each woman, lady in red, lady in brown, lady in, I think it's even green, each woman has a poem, a story that they tell through poetry. And so I am attracted to, whenever, I'm always happy to hear people singing Black girl songs. So, so that's what I spent and had an opportunity to do for 2 hours this morning, to listen to and also sing with others a Black girl song. And what does it mean to sing a Black girl song? Gareth, and we've talked about this, being Black and female, in a very much a patriarchal universe, if you will, can be very challenging.
Yes.
It's hard to be Black and female in a universe, a patriarchal space. And there's this, sometimes Black girls, and as a very young when I was actually a Black girl and growing up, there were not organizations out there that really honed in, focused on telling Black girls, building into them, helping them to become stronger, much more self-confident, much more self-aware, telling them, giving them opportunities to develop their leadership skills. And when I was growing up, I was called the ugliest girl in the school. I was called ugly all the time, so much so that it is firmly entrenched in my psyche, like deep, deep, deep down. And, I wish that I had opportunities and experiences with organizations whose purpose was to help me really step into who I was and am as a Black girl. And I really didn't get a real opportunity to do that and learn that and understand that until I went to Spelman. And that's why Spelman is so important and such an important chapter in my life. Um, because I was given and urged and pushed out of my shell, out of my comfort zone, if you will, and shown what it is that I am capable of doing and becoming. And so I think that, we're in such a time that's really negative, and, it's like the person that woman, the boxer from Algeria, who we were talking about beforehand, where people say negative and angry and perpetrate lies about who you are and how you are as a Black woman.
Right.
And what you are supposed to look like, right down to what your hair is supposed to look like, what kind of makeup you wear, how you're supposed to present yourself, all of those things, constantly micromanaging, curating, creating these images of who a Black woman, who a woman is supposed to be, and not holding space or giving grace for Black women to be who they are and young Black girls to be who they are and accepting them for that. And so I just really wanted to mention that for the few minutes that we're on today, of how important and how significant that is. So we have to be willing, and in some cases courageous enough, to begin singing a Black girl song. So what does that look like? You sing a Black girl song by giving opportunities for leadership. Sing a Black girl song by giving Black girls an opportunity to write about, talk about how it is that they feel, how they're feeling, what they're going through, and really listen and hear. Give them opportunities to say those things and to say hard things, even if they want to do it anonymously. Give them opportunities to learn financial literacy and learn other types of things that will enable them to take proper care of themselves. Give them opportunities to do things that they may never, ever have conceived of before.
I think it's important that a perceived underclass has ability to climb out from underneath that patriarchal, overbearing load, to hold its head high, to remember where it came from, but also, more importantly, to club together so that hard truths can be shared, but also ways of developing themselves to make themselves strong without losing their inherent softness. And I think there is a danger. I'm gonna take this off the screen just for a moment, so we can get back to our normal format. So I think there's a great danger in all of this, that if we're not careful, you can become the warrior without becoming the nurturer. And because you keep punching someone enough, they'll either do one of two things. They'll either curl up into a ball and let the blows fail, or they'll stand up and fight and become the warrior. The problem is, once you become the warrior, that becomes the default stance.
Mm-hmm,
And I
mm-hmm.
think, it's not just black girls that suffer here. Society suffers, because instead of having the soft intelligence as well as the hard wit and strength that should be there, you end up defaulting just to the hard wit, and I think that's dangerous for all society, black society, white society, mixed society, the lot of it. The danger of losing the nurture, the care, the conciliation, the
Mm-hmm.
willingness to compromise, to find the middle route. It can become all encompassing. Dare I say it, and forgive me, I'm not getting political, but just look at Israel, which is made up of a group of people who originally were the underclass, and now they're trying to bully someone else. I'm a Jew, and that's my opinion. And this is what happens, I think, when you push too hard, too fast, too long against a perceived underclass. Eventually, when they fight back, that becomes their default stance. I think black girls need this place where they can nurture each other, where they can grow as humans, and just look to soar above those perceived negatives. Look to prove them all wrong by being the beautiful human beings that they are. Sorry.
Oh, I mean, well, see, and the thing is that there's a myth that has been perpetuated since Black women set foot on the continent called America, whether it be North, South, what have you.
Right.
And my only context is the United States, but we've been perpetrated as, to quote the late Zora Neale Hurston, the mules of the world, in her trait, constantly strong, able to carry anything. We never break. We never bend. So it's okay to load them up. We are not feminine. We are not
My
soft. We
point
are not
exactly. My
this. We
point
are not that.
exactly. Because
Right.
society paints you that way, but
Mhm.
but you're not that way by design. You humans females and males don't start out by wanting to beat seven bells out of each other.
Well, no, but the thing is that hold space for the fact that Black girls are a monolith. They are they can be athletic and they can be nurturers. Just because you are a boxer or an athlete of any kind does not mean that you cannot be nurturing, does not mean that you don't have a softer side, if you will. Black girls should be able to go out and compete and do the things that they enjoy doing and be understood to be female. We are not a monolith, and we all don't need to wear our hair the same way. We all don't need to look a certain way, be a certain shade of Black, wear a certain clothing, etc., etc. Anyone who spends any amount of time around Black girls and Black women will know that, for example, our hair is our crown, regardless of how much we have on our head and how it is styled. It is part of us. But there's this ongoing, I don't know if it's curiosity, what have you, of some people about Black women's hair and how it is the way that it is. What does it mean to have kinky hair and all of that kind of thing? And it's like one of the things that I, and this is an oft had conversation within Black communities. There is one rule: never, ever, under any circumstances, touch a Black woman's hair.
Yeah.
I don't care, husbands and boyfriends, significant others, they know
Oh yeah.
I am not going to touch my Black wife's hair. That is an absolute hands
Yeah.
down no.
I went out with a Black girl for a good while, and
Okay, so
I did it
know,
once.
right.
I did it once.
Yeah, and so, but if you're curious, ask questions. but never, ever. But that is something that is like the hallmark of being a Black girl. And Black girls know this and learn this almost, I guess, they even come out of the womb knowing it intuitively. Don't touch, don't touch my hair. So I say all of that to say I'm a Black girl and I'm proud, absolutely proud to be a Black girl. And I would never, ever, ever want to be anything else other than a Black girl. And I want to celebrate that today in the midst of all of the negativity. And I want to celebrate people who are out there doing the work that is necessary to help build Black girls into Black women who can take care of themselves, who are able to know boundaries and to understand what boundaries are, to stand in who they are and not be afraid of that. I just want to celebrate that. And that's really about it. That's what I want to do today.
I want to celebrate in the recent Olympics, Simone Biles, one of the most amazing, beautiful, charismatic gymnasts that America has to offer. Who an amazing woman.
Well, and you know, I look at
Simone
Biles, but Jordan Childs.
Yeah, absolutely. These people have strength and but grace and beauty all rolled together. They are all of these people, all right? All of these people, just because they are strong and powerful, doesn't mean they have to lose their femininity or lose their ability to be soft or nurturing.
Or that they have lost it. That doesn't mean that.
No.
Go ahead. Sorry.
Yes, absolutely. It's and I applaud the fact that there is a place where Black girls can come together and learn from each other how to be wonderful Black women, because it's just the only way that we're going to survive together as a society made up of multiple groups of people, looking and nurturing of all, and it has to come from within, and this is a great example of exactly that.
Well, and we can just kind of end with a quote that one of the people who I saw this morning, what they said that, you know, contrary to popular belief, every Black woman is not sexy red, and every Black girl does not want to be a sexy red, or does not. We have to hold up other examples of Black womanhood to young girls to show them what is possible. And while I may not agree with the way that a person with a sexy red or a Cardi B, they have space, and we have to hold space for them to be who they are. But and I may not want my daughter or my little grandnieces to emulate a sexy red, but that doesn't mean that they're the only example. There are other examples of
there is,
and
like,
the way
like
that Black
in so many ways, there is a whole rainbow of possibilities there.
Exactly.
Just
like the choreo poem, just like for colored girls.
You see what I did there? You see what I did
rainbow. Yeah, that is exactly that. So yeah, I
salute Black girls, and
yes,
I look forward to them turning into amazing, beautiful, powerful Black women. Exactly. Sorry, I didn't spring this upon you, Stephanie. I salute Stephanie. She has been
you're such a sweet person. You're such a sweetheart, Garrett.
She's been a tireless supporter of mine, and I am a tireless supporter of hers. Yes. We have worked together, and might say in harmony, pretty much from the get-go.
Oh yeah.
And we love talking about all aspects that affect Black females, the Blacks in general, the differences as they manifest throughout the globe, and with the idea that we can all work towards a positive future. I know I'm
Mhm.
sounding very libertarian and very, very, it's very much an ideologue. But the truth is, if we are going to survive as a species, and sorry to get real on you guys, if we're going to survive as a species, we're going to have to find our way through these things. And it's only through discourse, discussion, interjection, and coming up with uncomfortable truths that people need to face up to can we move forward. Otherwise, it
Right.
feels like I'm looking at America right now. You guys, it feels like you're on the verge of potentially moving backwards. We don't need to
Well,
move backwards. We want to move forwards.
and the thing is that there's that quote by Martin Luther King: we can either come together or die as fools. I can't remember the quote.
You don't
but
need to, but the essence
but
is
that's,
that.
we either, because the bottom line is, regardless of where you live, how much money you have, what color you are, what you do for a living, regardless of what you look like, what have you, we need each other in order to survive
Yeah.
life.
And to quote as an American comedian, zoom out. Stop looking so freaking locally. Zoom out. We have to be together. We are stuck together. Let's make this damn thing work. And on that note, thank you so much, Stephanie Mitchell Hughes. Resilience 2.0 is a series. Watch out, repeats coming of some of the earlier shows. We covered all sorts of topics. Just you wait. It's great stuff. And watch out for the future. We've got plenty more interesting things coming. And remember, guys, keep your feet on the ground. Keep reaching for the stars. Wear some sunscreen. I don't care what color you are. The sun's damn hot at the moment. And also, trying to have yourself a lovely weekend and look after that mental health. Until next time, I wish you all well. Bye-bye now.